Hey everyone, happy Saturday. Hope you all are doing well. So today is just kind of like a casual day. This morning was really busy. I did a bunch of chores, like 3 loads of laundry. I recorded a podcast with my friend. If you didn't know, I do have a podcast called The Outright Effect. I will leave a link down in the description box below so you can check that out in case you're interested. But yeah, today has just been a pretty productive day. I do have an appointment that I need to go to in a couple of hours, so I wanted to get this video done before I go to that. And that's kind of why I'm just super casual today. There's no need for me to get dressed up or anything like that, so I hope you guys don't mind it either. A few days ago on Instagram, I asked in my stories if anyone out there would be interested in content where I'm talking about redoing my office space, which is where I'm sitting right now, but also sort of like professional development and that kind of stuff. So in this video, I wanted to share with you guys some of the things that I was thinking about doing with the office space that I have right here, particularly the working area, so the shelf and the desk behind me. And at the end of the day, I guess my message kind of is go with the one that you want, like get the one that you really want. And that's what Chris always tells me. He always tells me to get the one that I really want because you know, there have been other times where I got the one that I thought I would end up liking, or I wanted to try to change it up, so I got something different and I didn't like it as much. Some of these things are particularly expensive, for example, a car. And so yeah, I think at the end of the day, if you guys have been following me on my channel for a while, you know that I tend to steer towards some like higher end items on my channel. It's typically like the bulk of, you know, the topics that I talk about here. So sorry, this is not like how to be budget friendly kind of video. It's really like get the thing that you like so you're not like grumbling, complaining, and like regretting your purchase later is essentially the message that I'm going to be giving. So first, as you can probably tell right behind me, I do have this like shelving unit back here, and back when I got it, I think I've had it now for maybe like a year or a year and a half. I thought that it would fit my needs. I was like, oh, a ladder shelf, like that's pretty cute. Actually, I might have had it for like 2 years or so now. I used to have it in my background in my old filming setup, and then I moved it over here so it could be a little bit more functional. So I've got a bunch of like different pens and stuff on there as well. I have some decor from my wedding up at the top, and then down below is some beauty products. That's kind of where I've been storing things that are new and not opened yet. And what I didn't realize is that a ladder shelf doesn't give you a lot of like surface real estate up at the top. Like it's super thin, and then it gets like bigger as it goes down. So the first functional shelf is kind of like the second one right there, but also it's not very wide. Like it's just like this wide, not even, maybe like, I don't even think that's 2 feet wide. So this is really not providing me a whole lot of storage space, and I definitely wanted to find some other solutions. So I went online, did a ton of research, and came to like a very interesting conclusion. So based on analytics I have from my YouTube channel, I know that the majority of the people watching my videos are in the US. I'm not sure like where in the US you are, but I personally am in Hawaii. We don't have IKEA here, so I can't just drive down to an IKEA and like buy some cheap shelving or anything like that. Or like some people out there might not think it's inexpensive at IKEA, but trust me, our options here are way more expensive for basically the same thing. So yeah, that to us is like super affordable. There are quite some limited options in store here at Target. Otherwise, you're going to like a full-on furniture store, which that's not really something that I'm looking for, nor do I want to spend money on. And you know, in that case, I'm talking probably starting at like a few $100s or something like that. I don't need something that serious. It's literally just a shelf right here, but also that's like not really my budget right now. So anyways, I was looking online for one of those cube shelf kind of solutions, and yes, I totally know that there's that, I think you say it Kallax, I don't know, cube shelf from IKEA that's super popular, and the size that I would want that fits right here is about $90. So I went on Amazon knowing that I can't order from IKEA directly. They don't ship to Hawaii either. And I found a similar solution made by Closet Made, which would have been like a 4x2 square. And then I'd have to get a smaller 1x3 to put it next to it to kind of equate to the kind of space that I wanted to have on the shelf to store everything. And that comes out to almost $300 with free shipping on Amazon. At first I thought that might have been my only solution, and there is a company here that does bring in items from IKEA, but at the end of the day, shipping is more than the actual item, and that's actually what I ended up doing. So the funny thing about the shelf is that I had been looking online. I mean, I knew of this company who would be able to bring in IKEA items. I know that that cube shelf from IKEA is super popular, and I had a very strong feeling that I was gonna have a very difficult time finding something similar to that here, only because when I go into stores like Target, for example, or any other large stores that carry like shelving that you can assemble on your own, I don't always see those options that I can just pick up right at the store and take home. And actually some of the options that I found on Amazon, like I mentioned, I was looking at it as well on Target, it says it doesn't ship it here and they do not carry it in store. The crazy part is when I changed the address to like a friend who lives somewhere else, like in another state, within the 48 states, suddenly it's available. And that's something that I noticed on Amazon as well. Sometimes Amazon will say that the item is currently unavailable when truly it's like it's never going to be available to you because it's not going to be shipped to your state. I feel like personally, I wish they just told me that up front, because I could also be like, oh, I'm not in a rush, I'm going to check back later, and then it's still going to say the same thing and I'm thinking it's unavailable when it's not unavailable, like out of stock. It's like nobody's gonna ship it here is the issue, which to me is a different issue. So yeah, like I mentioned, get the one that you want. I found the IKEA shelf online and that's the one that I'm gonna end up getting. So get the one that you want. I think I'm gonna be very satisfied with that. It's gonna give me a lot more space than the current situation that I have here. And yes, it's costing me way more than if I could just drive over to an IKEA and pick one up. So I am gonna be getting my first IKEA piece, which I guess is like kind of exciting. I know that sounds probably pretty weird to most people, but yeah, to ship it here was over $100 for a shelf. That's less than $100, but honestly, that's gonna come out to cheaper than free shipping through Amazon for the other very similar solution with less shelf space. So that's the route that I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna wait a couple of weeks to get it. I'm gonna put it together and then you will see it replacing this ladder shelf right there if I ever happen to film videos this way in the future. So the way that I see this working with just the space that I have, and this is a small second bedroom, I'm gonna have it, you know, this way along the wall right here. It kind of ends right at the end of this frame because there's a closet right there, and that's kind of the only usable wall that I have. So I really had to measure it out and make sure that it's something that's going to fit. But I also, you know, with that in mind, I did also have to plan for getting a new desk. So the desk situation, another item that for me is really important that I really want to get upgraded. I feel like it will help me just be more productive all around and get a lot more stuff done. I know, like, at the end of the day, it's me who has to get it done, but I feel like there's so much mess, so much clutter, so much other stuff that I know I have to put it away. I have to put it somewhere. I need it to be neat and I don't have anywhere to put it. That basically is just gonna free up some brain space for me to do some other work. So if I can easily just order something online and put it together and be done with it, that's definitely what I wanna do. And also the desk space for me, what I'm realizing, you know, I didn't really think it through when I bought this. I was just looking for a desk, and my concern was more so fitting it into my space rather than adjusting my space to fit a desk that has more surface like real estate. At least this desk was a little bit more inexpensive, and it was not meant to be like super duper long term. Like I was not planning to have this desk for the rest of my life or anything like that. So I am going to be investing in a stand-up desk, which I am really looking forward to. So I am planning on getting a new desk, and that's definitely something that I wanted to share with you guys about as well, because I personally am very interested in a standing desk, and standing desks I think have gained popularity over the last few years. At my day job, I do actually have a standing desk if I were to go into the office, and it's one of those automated ones where you just like, you have presets, or you can push an up and down arrow to adjust the height of the desk. And yeah, I'm really finding that with more work from home and working on growing my own business, doing my own thing, I feel like I would prefer a standing desk. Also, this desk that I currently have like right here, it's a little bit small, and it was kind of like one of those, I went to a local like office supply store and I just grabbed it. It was kind of cheap. I was not really thinking about like how much space the desk actually has, and as you can tell, it's like pretty cluttered. The laptop's right here, and then there's basically only space for a mouse on the other side, and that's kind of it. And I'm realizing that I want a bigger desk in this small room, so I'm trying to squeeze it all together. Like I mentioned, I live in Hawaii, and so something that I found out through this standing desk research process is a lot of companies actually don't ship standing desks here, period. Like some of the standing desks that I found that were really popular online, they're, you know, included in some articles written by wherever they were written by, top 3, top 5 picks for standing desks. Yeah, going on their website, they only ship to 48 states. There are also a lot of Canadian companies out there, and so yeah, they don't ship to our little islands in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. So on the topic of standing desks, I was having the same issues of shipping it here and the cost of shipping and all that kind of stuff. There is a particular desk that I am interested in. It's made by a company called Fully, and the desk, I guess model name is Jarvis. I'm more than happy to talk about these items once I actually receive it, and you know, maybe I do like a time lapse of assembling the desk, assembling the shelf, and all that kind of stuff. Those are things that I want to work on and post for you guys as well. I think, you know, sometimes I like to watch time lapse videos too. So the story behind that is I was searching for a stand-up desk, and just so happened by coincidence, Fully was doing a 10% off their website on, like, I mean, their website, so everything. And at that time, I think sometimes when we want to buy something and it's in our minds and we see it on sale, we like kind of jump on it right away and we don't do any further research. So in this case, I was aware of that. I was trying to hold myself back a little bit more, did more research on stand-up desks. That's when I found out that some of these companies do not ship all the way to Hawaii. And so I moved my search to Amazon as well, just to kind of see what's out there. I also have some friends who, you know, at some point along the way have also purchased stand-up desk. A couple of them have ordered it through Amazon, got it in, like from what I can tell, because they'll post videos on Instagram and stuff like that. It looked really good. It looked like something I was interested in. And I feel like maybe the inventory, the models, the brands, and all that stuff that was available at that time has probably changed. So I couldn't quite find anything that I wanted on Amazon. I did see a couple of brands that I kind of liked, but same thing, it's kind of going back to like, get the one that you want, because I was looking at it, contemplating looking at something else, and I think something that was very like present in my mind was cost and trying to save cost, which I know is interesting because I talk about luxury handbags and shoes and all that kind of stuff. How much am I thinking about cost when I'm making those purchases? But here are some longer term furniture pieces that I don't want to spend money on, and you know, maybe that's something that I just need to like stew over a little bit longer. Like, why do I prioritize one over the other? But yeah, with standing desks, I found some, you know, less expensive ones on Amazon for sure. But then I started to read the reviews and it gets kind of concerning. So sometimes stand-up desks, some issues people have had out there is one side goes up and the other one gets stuck, and then it gets stuck crooked, so your desk is on a diagonal like this and things start falling off of people's desks, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, that's that's not something anybody wants to have to worry about. But also I read about how some of the materials that some of these desks are made out of, and it might be the tools that were used to like assemble the desk, like screws and all that kind of stuff too, where someone, you know, screwed something into the desk to put it together and it didn't hold there. Like basically whatever material the desk was made out of like turned into like a powder, and like things started to fall apart which also is not helpful for a desk. So here I am, you know, spinning my wheels, spending so much time researching all these different desks, either direct from the website or on Amazon or like wherever else you can get standing desks from. Probably looked at like 30 different standing desks with, you know, no real solution as to which one I want to get. So I have finally decided I am gonna stick with the Fully Jarvis desk. I really want the bamboo, like when I read on the website, it looks like a natural bamboo tabletop. There are a lot of sites out there that do like artificial wood, or like they paint it or put something on it to make it look like wood. And I guess, you know, what I need to know a little bit more about is if it's solid, is it just bamboo right on the top? Anyways, that's something that for some reason for me is really important. So I'm sticking with the Fully Jarvis. I've noticed, you know, through just looking online a lot, doing some research, they do Black Friday sales. So I'm gonna wait for Black Friday to order that, I think. Hopefully, fingers crossed that they're doing a sale at that time. If not, then I guess I lost out. But it looks like they do 15% off. So super excited about that. I will patiently wait. It's already September, so you know, 2.5 months away. It's not crazy, I suppose. And I would just make do with what I have for now. I'm not sure if any of you out there have a standing desk, have any recommendations for me before I make my purchase, because I got 2.5 more months to wait. Let me know down in the comments if there's a particular desk that you like, because I'd be interested to check it out as well, since right now I don't have any commitments to buy anything, but at least I know which one I want to get and when I'm going to get it. If I do proceed with actually getting any standing desk, I do want to, you know, kind of go through assembling it on camera and show you guys how difficult or easy it might be, and then also do kind of a review, and I may come back, you know, sometime later to update you guys on how it's going and if it's worth the money, just depending on how much it is. But yeah, at the end of the day, I feel like, you know, something that I realized was how important workspaces are to feel productive and get everything that you need to get done. And that's something that I'm being really considerate of now that I, you know, have tested out this kind of setup and realized that it's really not working for me. Some other things that I will be looking into getting as well is a new chair, because this chair is super squeaky. So I have been trying to stay as still as possible as I'm filming this video, because if I turn it or anything at all, it's a very loud squeak. I am also looking into getting some new computer equipment. That's the plan for now anyway. And I really want to build a custom mechanical keyboard, which I found is a whole genre of videos on YouTube, which I went down a gigantic rabbit hole last night, and that took some time out of my evening. But I feel like that would make a very interesting video as well. Definitely saw some stressed out videos of people assembling keyboards, so hopefully that's not what my experience is like, but more than happy to share that with you guys as I'm kind of going through this journey. I know that I've posted some other videos in the past mentioning how I want to build a business, how I want to work on like professional development and all those things, and I feel like, you know, it may sound silly. At the end of the day, I don't absolutely need these things to do any of that, but I do feel like it will help me be more productive. And if I have the budget to help myself do that, then I will. At the end of the day, I realize that I am pretty impacted by my environment, and I just want, you know, like the best outcome, you know, as we all do. Anyways, you guys, thanks for hanging out on this video. I know this may not, or maybe it is, it may not be the most exciting topic for you guys to listen to, and normally I post content on beauty products, luxury goods, and all that kind of stuff, but this is just something that's kind of present in my life. It's current, it's relevant, and if any of you guys out there are going through the same thing, I just kind of want to share my experience. So, you know, these days, definitely being more mindful of my purchases, getting the one that I want instead of like settling. You know, I have the means to get the things that I want, just so it's not like a $5,000 desk or anything like that. You know, exaggerated example. But yeah, I think that, you know, myself, like a lot of us out there, have been doing a lot of reflection over the last 1.5 years about what we want to do with ourselves, with our lives, what interests us, what drives us, and all that kind of stuff. So hope you all enjoy that kind of content, because you will definitely be seeing more of it. Let me know how you guys are doing down in the comments below, what your journey has been like. I'd be interested to hear, and I'm also very inspired by other people's stories as well. All right, you guys, well, have a great weekend. I will see you guys next time. Bye.